when I was going to ask you too, which one are you more concerned with? Benny Snell's ball security issues or Diontae Johnson's ball security issues? Because they both,
honestly,
they both got bad stuff on tape in their first 2 years, and it's not just a one-off.
Honestly, it's Benny Snell
just
now. Because I feel like Diontae has more opportunity to make up for it. I think that's it, and it's I don't know. So what's this? Diontae fumbled on the punt return last week.
He had the fumble on the sweep today. A couple of drops both weeks.
I know. Yeah. That's actually tough. That's a good question.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't know the answer. I mean, because with Benny, he's gotten less opportunities, but he's still putting the ball on the ground, and that to me is a concern. But
I think with Diontae's, he recovered it. He messed up the punt one. Maybe for some reason I'm separating special teams from his receiver role.
Yeah, I'm like it's all.
I know. I get it. But I don't know. That's a good question. Actually.
To me, but I feel like they both have different issues in terms of how it's happening. With Benny, it's more so he's in a crowd trying to get extra yardage, and instead of saying those 3 to 5 yards aren't worth me 2 hands on the ball protecting it. Once he understands that, I think he'll be a lot better. With Diontae, it's more so the fundamentals of when the ball initially comes to him on the punt. We talked about staying square on it, making sure that the football is in your framework between your shoulders, making sure your elbows are tight together, stuff like that. Then when he's looking in routine passes, you can see the ball sitting in his hand and his eyes are already upfield. He's ready to make a guy miss. Look it in, see it home first, then go make that guy miss. But if you don't catch the ball first, it doesn't matter what move you got planned. So both guys are having issues with ball security, but two different situations in terms of how or why. One is post, you know what I mean? You already got the ball in your hand, fighting for extra, protect it. It's not worth it. The other is, bro, before you hit this move on this guy coming up, just catch the ball first. You look it in first. You do that part first. The rest is going to be fine because you got the juice. We know that. And I think that's the difference with both of them. Both of them definitely I'm concerned about, though, because it has shown that it's not just 1 or 2 games. It's showing that it wasn't just a 1 year thing. It wasn't a rookie year thing. This is something that has lingered over into year 2. So I definitely am starting to get a little bit uneasy about it, but it still is fixable because it's technique based, not personnel based.
What's weird is I think this one with Benny Snell was more egregious because we didn't get to see him play the whole game. Where I don't know how many carries he had. Was it like 4 or 5? But either way, you have 4 or 5 carries and one of them's a fumble. That's going to stick out way more than what he did last week, where he had an awesome game. He was a top 3 rusher in the NFL after it was all said and done. He had that one fumble. We obviously picked it up, but this one, it just feels that much more egregious, especially with the timing of it. It's like. We were up 12. That was the last thing we needed.
Yeah, Benny had 3 carries, 5 yards, obviously the fumble. But he never really got started like that.
Yeah, it's different if he was getting 20 carries yesterday and he somehow ends up with 120 yards and that was one of the fumbles. Like
it'll be like a Tiki Barber type vibe. Like, oh yeah, he still was good, but he fumbled, but it's good though.
Yeah, because that's how I feel about Diontae. Like he had an awesome game yesterday despite the fumble with the jet sweep. We obviously seen some of those punt returns.
Yeah.
The touchdown.
Yeah.
So
but then it's funny.
Forget about that jet sweep fumble.
We forget about the jet sweep fumble, but then we won't even mention how many times are we seeing the ball hit him in the hands.
Dude, the third down was big in the fourth quarter. Absolutely. It was 3rd and 7, 6 minutes left. We're trying to keep the drive going.
To me, I put all of that in there together. Like, it's not just it was just the jet sweep or everything else was good. It's like, no, it's showing up multiple areas, man. And that's the thing that to me is a little frustrating because we know how good he is. We know how good he can be, but he has to clean that up, man.